Hey guys, PK here. Gold Coast will rise in value by at least 10% in 2021. In this video, we're talking about the Gold Coast property market, but also I'll be sharing with you this house, which has gone up basically $1 million in the last year, and taking you through some reasons why it's done that. Okay, so let's just go through the house real quick. So this is in Mermaid Waters. You can see it's a Hampton style upstairs. There's 2 bedrooms and a rumpus. In this little alleyway, there's another 2 bedrooms, really nice kitchen. Over here, if I bring you over here, there's a butler's kitchen, which is always nice, and that goes out across into the entertainment area. So what we'll do is we'll go out into the entertainment. I just want you to get an idea of this house so that you can sort of picture what it is like living on the Gold Coast. I mean, it's not, every house isn't like this, but you can see the pontoon down there. It has brilliant views into the canal. If I come over here, there's almost like a second entertaining area. There's a little balcony, go into the pool area. I mean, it's just really, really beautiful, you know, really, really beautiful Hampton style. You can't beat this type of house. Now, this, you know, this was sold 2 years ago, or 2 or 3 years ago, for about $2.2 million. Now, easily, it would be in the low to mid threes, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you guys need to spend millions of dollars to make money in property, but the idea that I'm trying to convey is that the property market in the Gold Coast has been so hot, okay? Even places like Palm Beach have gone up about 40% just literally in the last year. What's driving this? Can you make money in the Gold Coast? What's driving this? So what's really driving this? You know, people always think of Gold Coast as a boom bust town, you know, basically driven by tourism. Now, the thing I want you to understand is that over the last, you know, call it 30 years, Gold Coast house prices have caught up to Sydney, and then they've lagged. And then they've caught up to Sydney, and then they've lagged. And then they've caught up to Sydney, and then they've lagged. It's like a cycle. All right, so right now where we are at, and I did a video on the Gold Coast about 12 months ago or 8 months ago, saying that we are at the most lagging point, house prices in the Gold Coast versus Sydney, that we've ever been in. And therefore the Gold Coast will boom. It boomed. Now we're starting to catch up, but there's still circa 50% behind Sydney. Now, I'm not saying Gold Coast is going to rise by another 50%, you know, in the next 12 months, but in the next 12 months, it will rise by another 10%. Looking at the data, I'll get to that in a second. It will rise in the subsequent year, but the rate or the pace of growth will just mellow out a little bit, okay? And the thing you need to understand about the Gold Coast is it's not just a tourist town anymore. It's not just a tourist town anymore. If you go around, you'll see, you know, lots of cranes. The economy is driven by construction now. There's a massive hospital, lots of high income earning professionals, stable long-term jobs, nurses, doctors, admin staff associated with that hospital. That provides some really solid economic employment foundation. And then there's also education, you know, Bond University, there's a couple of other universities here on the Gold Coast. So it's not a one-trick pony, you know, leading in to the Commonwealth Games. It, you know, really diversified itself. There's a lot of infrastructure spend, you know, the tram came on, they beautified the place. And now, you know, I feel that the Gold Coast has really come of age. Like, it's no longer this kind of one place where everyone from Sydney, Melbourne just runs to in the holidays. I feel that what's happening right now, let's say last year, for instance, the stats, 70,000 Melbournians moved away from Victoria. You know, Sydney numbers are very similar as well. Where are they going? They're all going basically to Queensland. Sunny Coast, Brisbane, Gold Coast. Sunny Coast has already boomed. I mean, it's just going mad. It's hard to even buy something up at the Sunny Coast. But it will continue to go up, and so will the Gold Coast. Right, my clients have been buying in the Gold Coast for sub $700,000, sub $600,000 properties, neutral to positive cash flow over the last 12 months. There are still some great opportunities, villas, townhouses, even freestanding houses in a few suburbs. There's still some fantastic opportunity in the Gold Coast. I mean, this kind of house is not investment worthy, I would say. This is probably would rent out if we were to rent it. It would rent out for maybe $1,200, $1,300 a week. The market value of this is about $3.5 million. So it's not it's not investment property, but there are other areas, not in Mermaid Waters, not in Broadbeach Waters, but rather 10 to 15 kilometers outside or further out from the epicenter of Surfers Paradise. Some of them that do make for great investment properties. If you look at the data for the Gold Coast, it says that it will continue to do really, really well. Average vendor discounting, building approvals for freestanding houses, even villas. Because construction costs are so high, it's really inhibited a lot of developers to build those large estates in the Gold Coast proper. I'm not talking up near Pimpama, that's a different story. In Gold Coast proper, there's not that much supply, and that's what's really aiding the price growth further. A lot of these Melbourneians, a lot of these Sydney folks, that might be you, are pushing prices up, and I don't see that as a temporary phenomenon. I don't see that as something that is transient. I think even the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th wave of COVID finishes, it will just carry on because people have realized how such a nice place the Gold Coast is. I mean, 24 to 30 degree weather year round, you just can't beat that. And people working from home, there's more of an impetus for them to follow their heart instead of following their mind and being close to a train station to commute into the Sydney CBD. It just doesn't make sense. All right, so those are some reasons why I think the Gold Coast makes a really, really good, fundamentally good property investment decision. I know a lot of you may be fearful of buying in a regional location, buying outside of Brisbane, but for mine, I think the Gold Coast will do almost as good as Brisbane right through this decade. Maybe when you get an investment portfolio, it takes obviously time. There's no get rich quick thing or anything like that. Then you can, also move here to the Gold Coast. It's such a nice place to be. All right, guys. So, I think that was useful. I hope that was valuable. In the new year, now in 2022, there's more and more listings coming online. So the price growth in the Gold Coast, which we had last year of 30 to 40%, is going to calm down, but I don't think it's going to go backwards. I don't think prices are going to level out. Just the rate of growth will mellow out, which is actually a good thing because it was a nuts market last year. All right, guys. Well, hopefully that was super useful. My name's PK. If this brought you value, hit the subscribe button and leave your questions about the Gold Coast below. All right, I'm happy to answer them, and give the video a like, give it a love, give it a thumbs up. That way it reaches more and more people. And just one last thing about the Gold Coast, if I may. I think leading up to the Olympic Games, I've done a video on the Olympic Games and how I don't think it's a game changer for Southeast Queensland. But I think what's happening is that the sentiment is really shifting. So I think even though there was the Commonwealth Games on the Gold Coast, I think over the long term, the Gold Coast has great foundation, great fundamentals for its market, because Hong Kong money, US money, UK money, Singapore money, Taiwanese money, Chinese money, Indian money is all going to come into the Gold Coast. All these international players love these types of towns. It has the glamour, it has the glitz, it's easily marketable, and the Olympic Games will just put it so much on the map. All right, guys, hopefully that was awesome. Catch you later. Bye.